Hi, Lola. This is a lesson for you, right? Um, and I told all of you that I would tailor your lesson in the week for the essay that you need to write. Um, so I'm going to just read your statement. The simple fact that they are not known in art industry as pop artists has art connoisseurs globally wondering how this led to their influence on the world of pop art through various layering techniques, color choices, and the use of non-traditional materials. Johns and Rauschenberg paved the way for American pop art and the artists to come. So there's no punctuation in there, right? I still think, so it's not clear to me. Your whole thing is not clear. Um, that said, I think I can try to infer what you meant. And so what I have is this, right? It seems you're interested in a few elements. I'm going to first talk about one and two, the larger ones, right? It seems like well, it shouldn't be apostrophe there. I apologize for that. Johns and Rauschenberg's appropriation of materials from popular culture and interest in producing non-traditional constructions paved the way for pop artists to come. So it seems like both the materials and the sort of sampling of non-traditional constructions lead to what we see in pop, right? And the second is there emerged with pop art a new formal structure for art making that many of the pop artists employed. Okay, so let me go through these and you'll see if you believe it. Now, I didn't upload images for it because this is your work to do, right? To find all these. So, materials and appropriation. So, Johns appropriates the flag, the Samurai coffee can, Ballantine ale can, right? Flashlights, targets, etc. Rauschenberg also in his combines, right, uses Coca-Cola bottle clocks. He uses goat. He uses a hawk of some sort, a tire. These are all different materials that he uses, found materials from the street, and even bed we talked about, his own quilt, right? And with each of them, to some extent, they make non-traditional constructions, right? Um, John's target with the plaster casts of the body parts or with faces, the target, right? Is that a painting? Is it a sculpture? Right? And it makes us question, like when he paints the Ballantine Ale bronze really, really well, is this more about painting than it is sculpture or more about sculpture than painting? So these questions, right? It seems to me you're interested in that lead to some of the pop artists to come, right? Also, the second, Rauschenberg's combines, and also how when we talked about monogram, right, the flatbed constructions yield a way of thinking about where the art experience lies within the work. How does that get layered, right? So your word layering, I didn't understand in the context of your statement, but maybe you mean to the extent that they're layering paint and found materials, and with that comes a layering of meaning where the artist presents it, there's a type of intimacy there, but also the viewer constructs it because they have their own connections. And so it's a layering of meaning in that way as well. I don't know if that's what you mean, but it's something for you to think about, right? Okay, and the second, right, pop art has its own structure, right? Like there's things that make it distinctly pop. Flat paint, right? Fauvists use unmixed paint, but the flatness and graphic quality becomes emblematic for pop art. We can think about Wesselman, Indiana. We can think about almost everybody, with the exception of Wayne Thiebaud, right? Because he is a little bit more painterly. But everybody else, Ed Ruscha, they're using real flatness when they are painting. Okay, Warhol, I think you might have implied this, and I didn't write it here. His idea using mechanical reproduction with silk screening, right? Or if you want to talk about the means of production with Roy Lichtenstein and Ben-Day dots, right? Using the same graphic construction that newspapers used, right? So Warhol's got a background in commercial art. Feel free to reference that stuff, right? And he uses incredible flatness in the paint, right? Rosenquist has a background as a large-scale sign painter and how he, for the most part, treats color. Wesselman, right? You could use his still lifes and his American nude paintings, right? Where all the elements are compositionally considered and very flat treatment of the entire work, right? The sort of composition is crucial there, and it's very graphic. All right. So, Ola, if you have any questions, feel free throughout the process to email me. Um, but hopefully this helps you organize your thesis. My suggestion is as soon as you think about this and you reassess what your thesis looks like, you can get that to me immediately, and then we can tweak it or get a great big thumbs up, which would allow you to really crystallize the way you go about researching, right? Because once you have a clear thesis, it makes it much easier for your search terms, especially on JSTOR or even other resources, to find exactly what you're looking for. I hope this helps, and I look forward to working with you on this and reading your essay. All right. You have a great day. Thank you.